Eric here for my 3-month update on my dreads. And not only on my dreads, but also on my beard. I've made the decision to try and grow my beard out for an entire year. Currently at 3 months. I actually shaved down at the very end of November, and that's actually when I put my dreads back in. So, that's from basically a fresh start at the end of November, with the exception of a mustache and a small soul patch. But the rest of my face was clean shaven. So, kind of excited to see where that goes. Hopefully I can bear the warm summer months with a huge beard. But as far as my dreads go, they're looking pretty good. I'll take them down here and kind of show you guys where they're at. You can obviously see lots of this little loose hair. I noticed more and more of it kind of shows up and then goes away throughout, every time, more or less every time I shower. It just kind of, some of it locks up, and some of it, some of it might pull free, or there might be new stuff or whatever. But some of it usually starts finding its way into a dread whenever my hair gets wet, and vice versa. Some pulls out. But this is where they're at right now. I've been wearing them back all day, so they're kind of, the front two here sticking out. But as far as my actual dreads go, they're all pretty solid. They're all pretty locked up, actually, especially down by the roots. I've noticed that they've done a good job of staying locked up, which I'm really happy with. Really glad that I no longer have the extensions in them either. At 3 months last time, I guess, I didn't notice things quite where they're at now, It's just a better feeling having them be completely my own, and just a kind of a new experience, and just really, really liking how they're turning out. So, they're all, some of these side ones are really locked up. The top, like a lot of people notice, is sometimes the top ones take a little more time to lock up, but these have all done really well. It's like one of my favorite ones there. I'm not really sure why, but it just is. But I'll do a quick spin here. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. I did have to do a little work on them a couple weeks ago. I was in Montana snowboarding, and we had some pretty warm days while we were out there, which was awesome for being on the hills. It was about 30 degrees, and we got 8 inches of fresh powder in the hills, so that was awesome. The one thing that was probably not so great for my dreads is the fact that they spent almost the entire time being a little bit damp. I tried to dry them as best I could every single time we went from one activity to the next, but as you guys know, that takes forever. So, I went from snowboarding where, I had a headband on, so they were kind of out all day and covered in snow, and then in the evenings we went to hot springs to relax and just kind of let our muscles recuperate a little bit, and we spent one of the other days hiking up the side of a mountain and coming back down on our snowboards. So it was a lot of fun, but I think it kind of worked my dreads pretty bad here a couple weeks ago, and I noticed a lot more loose hair. I noticed a lot of my locks were kind of softened a little bit, to the point where it almost did some reverse, it just kind of reversed some of the gain I'd gotten. So I did do a little bit of work, mostly reblunting the tips. If you guys can't really see, I know there's still some loose hairs on there, but they're never going to be perfect. But there was a lot more. I think even if you look at my last video, you can see that there's a lot less loose hairs sticking out of the ends of my dreads right now. So that's primarily what I did, is I just reblunted those tips, and then kind of just left them alone. But one thing that I did notice in the last couple of weeks is they have locked up a lot. A couple weeks ago, especially right after I got back from Montana, they were not anywhere near where they are right now. And they've locked up so much more in the last couple of weeks, which has been just awesome. I've been really surprised and really impressed with how locked up they've gotten in the last couple of weeks. So And I really didn't change anything else that I was doing. I just kind of left them alone and let them do what they wanted to. So, but yeah, I guess that's all I have for now. If anyone has any questions or comments, anything like that, just leave them down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, we'll see you guys in another month.